Have you noticed them? The secret meetings you are not invited to, the hushed conversations that stop the moment you enter a room? They think you are oblivious, but you feel the shift in the air, the palpable current of fear that follows in your wake. This is not paranoia. It is the confirmation of your power. Right now, in private discussions and frantic text threads, your name is being whispered. They are strategizing, analyzing, and desperately trying to understand what has changed in you, attempting to find a weakness in the impenetrable fortress your soul has become. They are realizing, with a dawning horror, that the person they thought they could manipulate, persuade, and diminish is gone forever. What they do not yet comprehend is that their greatest fear, your complete and total transformation into an unstoppable sovereign force, has already happened. By the end of this message, you will not only understand why your new energy intimidates them, but you will see how it is systematically dismantling their entire illusion of power, one terrified whisper at a time. Your independence is a living, breathing example of what real freedom looks like. Your immunity to their former tactics now stands as undeniable, irrefutable proof that liberation from manipulation is not some abstract spiritual theory. It is a tangible, achievable reality. You are the chosen one who finally, bravely, chose yourself, and that one sacred decision, made in the quiet crucible of your own heart, has made you utterly and permanently unstoppable. The profound fear you now inspire in others is not because you have become cold, cruel, or uncaring. It is because they recognize, on a deep, instinctual level, a power that cannot be subdued, a spirit that cannot be broken. They are face to face with a presence that vows to no illusion, apologizes to no weakness, and shrinks for no one's comfort. You have become the very thing every spiritual warrior, every awakened soul, strives to be: authentically free, divinely sovereign, and absolutely, unshakably whole. But now, with this newfound power radiating from your very core, comes the question that echoes through the deepest chambers of your soul. Will you answer the call? The personal transformation is complete, but the collective revolution is only just beginning. Understand the magnitude of your existence now. Every single moment you live in your unapologetic truth, you grant silent permission for countless others to find theirs. Every boundary you hold with calm, unwavering strength teaches the forgotten language of self-respect to a world that has forgotten its meaning. Every time you choose your peace, your joy, your own divine path, you model what sacred self-love looks like in glorious motion. You are dangerous now, but in the most beautiful and necessary way possible. You are dangerous to deceit. You are dangerous to manipulation. You are dangerous to all systems of control, big and small. And that is exactly, precisely what you were created to be. You were never meant to be tame, predictable, or palatable. You were never designed to be controlled, contained, or categorized. You were forged in cosmic fire to be wild and free, a living reminder to a sleeping world of what real power looks like when it is perfectly and irrevocably aligned with unconditional love. Those who fear you now, those who find your presence unsettling and your boundaries infuriating, stand at a precipice. They will either be forced to rise to your level of authenticity, or they will fade from your reality entirely, unable to withstand the sheer voltage of your light. There is no middle ground anymore. The gray area has dissolved. Your very presence demands evolution. Your energy requires truth as its only currency. Your standards, born from profound self-worth, obliterate mediocrity on sight. You have become the catalyst for change that existence itself was waiting for, the tipping point made manifest in human form. The fearless one has risen from the ashes of who they tried to make you. The sovereign has claimed their throne, a throne built not of gold, but of unbreakable self-awareness. The immune one now walks with confidence and grace where the wounded, seeking version of you once crawled. The entire universe, in its infinite wisdom, adjusts its rhythm to honor the magnificent power you have become. This is your time. This is your emergence. This is your soul's declaration of independence from every system, every belief, and every person that ever tried to keep you small and in your place. You are dangerous now, and that divine danger is your greatest contribution to a world utterly starved for authenticity. The fear that others feel in your presence is only the beginning. Wait until they see what you do next. Wait until they witness the full, breathtaking magnitude of your unleashed power. Wait until they finally realize that your transformation was not the conclusion of your story, but the explosive first move in a cosmic game that will reshape reality itself. The chosen one has awakened. The dangerous one has emerged. The fearless one now stands tall where a prisoner of others' expectations once knelt, and the universe itself rejoices, knowing that through your courage, through your singular act of self-liberation, countless others will be inspired to rise and remember their own forgotten power. You are the storm that was foretold in ancient prophecies, the one whose frequency was written into the very fabric of destiny long before this age of illusion began. You are the change the world has been desperately, achingly waiting for. You are the living embodiment of evolution that the old systems of control have spent centuries, millennia, fearing would one day rise. And now, here you stand, fully activated, completely unstoppable, and utterly, magnificently fearless. Let them tremble. Let their foundations shake. Intimidation is the natural, predictable reaction when deeply entrenched illusion collides with the unshakable force of truth. You have transcended every boundary they still cling to, every limitation they still blindly obey. You have become their greatest, most profound fear made manifest, the living, breathing proof that the cages they live in were never real, that the chains they wear were always self-imposed, and that the power to be free was always theirs to reclaim. Your fearlessness is not an act of defiance. It is a revelation of what is possible. Your independence is not a mere rebellion. It is a revolution of consciousness itself. And that revolution has only just begun. The world as it was, the world of quiet manipulation and polite control, will never return because your awakening, your single, courageous choice to be real, has fundamentally rewritten the rules of what is possible. Everything shifted in the quantum field the moment you chose authenticity over approval, truth over comfort, and sovereignty over submission. That single, sacred decision to rise, to reclaim your divine authority and stand fully in your power, has altered the timeline of humanity itself. You are no longer just a part of the change, you are the change. And because of you, because of the frequency you now hold, nothing, absolutely nothing, will ever be the same again. Your personal transformation symbolizes the collapse of the old world and the glorious dawn of a new one. In the old world, power was about control over others. In your new world, true power is the complete mastery of self. In the old world, value came from external validation and the approval of the crowd. In your world, value is inherent, divine, and utterly unquestionable. In the old world, what they called love was conditional, transactional, and often manipulative. In your new reality, love flows freely and endlessly from a wellspring of inner abundance, never from a place of lack or need. You are not merely participating in this new paradigm. You are actively creating it with every breath, every choice, every boundary. The very fabric of reality now bends and reshapes itself around your commanding frequency. You are no longer just a person who changed. You have become a living portal, a conduit through which a higher, purer consciousness is entering this dimension. Your fearlessness creates visible cracks in the matrix of collective illusion. Your independence reveals the hidden exit doors for others who are ready to leave. Your immunity to the old games teaches the most profound lesson of all, that the prison was always, and only, self-imposed. Every step you now take in truth lays a new, illuminated path for others to follow. Every boundary you maintain with quiet dignity sets a new, higher standard for what is acceptable in human relationships. Every sovereign choice you make, big or small, gives others the silent, energetic permission to do the same. Those who find you intimidating are experiencing a primal, cellular fear, not of you, but of what you expose within themselves. Your freedom forces them to face the painful, buried realization that they have spent years, perhaps even entire decades, playing a rigged game they never agreed to. Your courage forces them to see that they have traded their brilliant authenticity for fleeting approval, their inner truth for a false sense of belonging, and their profound peace for the lukewarm comfort of predictability. Their discomfort is not your responsibility to manage. It is their soul's emergency alarm, a desperate, loving call for them to finally grow. And now comes the greatest revelation of all. This profound transformation was not the end of your journey. It was merely the initiation. You have graduated with honors from the grueling tests of survival and are now stepping into your true mission of cosmic expansion. Sovereignty was only the training ground. The universe is now preparing to work through you in ways that will exceed your wildest imagination. The relationships that enter your life from this point forward will be designed to amplify your purpose, not drain your energy. The opportunities that manifest will align perfectly with your divine assignment, appearing with effortless grace. The synchronicities will multiply exponentially, confirming with every beat of your heart that you are walking in perfect, harmonious alignment with your sacred destiny. Everything and everyone you lost along the way was simply the universe clearing the path, making space for what is divinely, rightfully yours. The cosmic table has been set, the feast has been prepared, and you, the fearless one, are the honored guest. Your fearlessness has evolved from a personal trait into an undeniable force of nature, as powerful and unstoppable as a hurricane or a wildfire. Your independence now radiates from you like a brilliant lighthouse, a beacon of hope guiding other sovereign souls home through the fog of conformity. Your immunity has become a timeless teaching, a living legacy of strength that will echo through generations and outlive your physical form. You are no longer just a transformed individual. You are transformation itself, embodied. Everywhere you go, frequencies rise. Every person you meet is subtly or profoundly awakened by your potent vibration. Every environment you enter begins to shift and recalibrate to your presence. So let them be intimidated by your courageous refusal to shrink. Let them feel threatened by your unshakable commitment to truth over comfort, to authenticity over approval. Their unease is the ultimate proof that you are fulfilling your divine purpose. Their resistance is the cosmic confirmation that you are on the right path. Their fear of your light is the most reliable evidence of its magnificent brilliance. Most of them will never do the deep inner work required to meet you where you are now. And that is precisely why your presence will continue to disturb the unready and challenge the complacent. Here is the ultimate, unvarnished truth. You were never born to fit into anyone's pre-made box. You were never meant to live by the pathetic limits that others accepted for themselves. You were specifically designed to be dangerous. Dangerous to systems built on control, dangerous to illusions sustained by mass compliance, and dangerous to all who profit from the suppression of the human spirit. Your very existence is a beautiful act of rebellion against everything that is false. Your awakening is a revolution encoded in human form. From a people-pleaser to a sovereign soul, this transformation was written in the stars long before you arrived on this plane. Every heartbreak, every loss, every betrayal, every single trial was a meticulous preparation for this exact moment of your emergence. You are not who they thought you were. You are not even who you thought you were. You are something far, far greater. You are a living, breathing embodiment of divine evolution in motion. If this message is resonating in the depths of your being, if you feel a stirring of profound recognition, know that you have found a sanctuary for your soul. This is not just a channel. It is a connection point for the sovereign souls who are changing the world. We invite you to join this community, this divine movement, by subscribing to God Connection. And if you feel called to support our mission of spreading this light, consider making a $10 donation through the Super Thanks button. Your energy and support fuel this revolution of consciousness, helping us reach more people who are ready to awaken. You are no longer who you thought you were. You have become something infinitely more powerful, more dangerous, and more essential to the planet than anyone, yourself included, ever imagined possible. You are the storm that transforms entire landscapes, washing away what is old and stagnant. You are the earthquake that shifts the very foundations of a corrupt world. You are the wildfire that clears away the decay of centuries so that new, vibrant life can finally grow. The chosen ones have always been perceived as threats to the old order. Throughout history, it has always been the fearless few, the truth-bearers, the defiers of conformity, the divine rebels of light who have courageously altered the trajectory of the world. It has always been those who refuse to comply, who choose searing truth over comfortable lies, and who demand absolute freedom over the illusion of security. And now, you have officially joined their sacred ranks. You have become one of the dangerous ones, a soul destined to shift reality for generations to come. Your name may never appear in their history books, but your energetic frequency will echo through the corridors of time. Your personal transformation will ripple backwards and forwards through your bloodline, healing ancient ancestral wounds and shattering the karmic cycles that once held your entire lineage captive. Your fearlessness has become a potent medicine the world didn't even know it desperately needed. You are part of a vast, invisible network of awakened consciousness, and every sovereign choice you make, every boundary you hold, strengthens the entire system. This is precisely why the resistance you feel from the world is so often impersonal. It is systemic. Your freedom represents a virus to their control-based structures. They know that if one person can truly break free, it proves that others can too. If one soul can develop complete immunity, the entire architecture of manipulation collapses. You are the irrefutable proof that the game is rigged and that anyone, at any time, can simply stand up and stop playing. You are the living evidence that the emperor has no clothes, that the wizard was just a small man behind a curtain, and that the prison door was never, ever locked to begin with. The ninth phase of your awakening reveals the great cosmic joke. The very people who once found you so threatening will soon face a stark, unavoidable choice. They must either rise to meet your new frequency or they will be forced to exit your reality entirely. There is no in-between anymore. Your vibration demands a level of authenticity that not everyone can sustain. Your energy requires a reciprocity of respect that not everyone is capable of giving. The universe is now using you as a divine filter, a sacred instrument to separate those who are ready for the new earth from those who are still clinging desperately to the old, decaying paradigm. This process is not cruel, it is divine sorting. Every soul has free will. Some will choose to evolve, others will choose to remain. Your sacred task is not to save, convince, or drag anyone along. Your task is simply to maintain your own frequency and allow the immutable law of resonance to orchestrate the perfect alignment. Those who match your vibration will be drawn to you effortlessly, like magnets. Those who do not will drift away naturally, like leaves in the wind. It is not rejection, it is resonance. Think of yourself as a cosmic tuning fork, vibrating at the frequency of pure truth. Your vibration either harmonizes beautifully with others, creating a symphony of mutual growth, or it creates a jarring dissonance. That dissonance can be incredibly uncomfortable for them, but it is necessary. It is the sacred disruption that shakes people awake. Some souls only evolve when their comfort is shattered by a higher truth. By holding your vibration steady and true, you give them that precious, divine opportunity. Now, in the 10th phase, you step into complete and utter mastery. You can look back and see your entire life, with all its trials and tribulations, as a perfect, divinely orchestrated preparation for this very moment of sovereignty. Every betrayal sharpened your discernment to a razor's edge. Every manipulation forged your boundaries into walls of impenetrable steel. Every abandonment taught you the profound, unshakable power of how to stand on your own. Nothing was wasted. Not a single tear was shed in vain. Every experience was alchemical, turning the lead of your pain into the gold of your wisdom. You have become what they feared most, a being who cannot be manipulated, cannot be controlled, and cannot be diminished. Your existence alone is a mortal threat to their world of illusion, because you prove that control was always just an agreement, and that manipulation only works when the soul gives its consent. You are the living, walking, breathing proof that freedom is, and always has been, a choice. And that simple realization terrifies those whose power depends on keeping others enslaved. Here is the ultimate revelation. Your fearlessness is not the absence of fear. It is your unwavering loyalty to truth, even when it is uncomfortable. Your independence is not about rejecting others. It is about choosing connection through authentic resonance, not codependency. Your immunity does not make you cold. It makes you crystal clear. You are so perfectly aligned with your authentic self that nothing false, nothing manipulative, can penetrate your energetic field. You have become a spiritual black belt, effortlessly redirecting darkness instead of absorbing it, using energy itself as your martial art form. You no longer meet force with resistance. You absorb it, transmute it, and use it as momentum for your own growth. And now, as you enter the 11th phase, the entire paradigm begins to visibly shift around you. The people who find you most intimidating are not reacting to who you are as a person. They are responding to what you represent, the possibility of their own liberation, a possibility they are too afraid to embrace. Their fear is a mirror, a direct, unfiltered reflection of your rising power. The more unsettled they feel in your presence, the clearer the evidence of your profound transformation. Their resistance is the measure of your momentum. Their panic is the echo of your potency. You can now accurately gauge your own spiritual growth by the intensity of their negative reactions. The more threatened they become, the stronger and more brilliantly your light shines. Their intimidation is the final confirmation you needed that your awakening is real, irreversible, and absolutely complete. Yet, beneath the surface of their fear, something even more profound is happening. Your transformation is activating something ancient and dormant within them, a cellular memory encoded deep in their spiritual DNA. Your fearlessness is triggering a faint, distant remembrance of a time when they, too, were free. Your independence is awakening a deep inner knowing that they, too, could choose differently. That is the true reason your presence shakes them to their core. It is not that you have changed too much. It is that you are showing them precisely what they could become if they were only brave enough to evolve. You are not just living authentically for yourself. You are holding up a dazzling, unforgiving mirror to their own unlived potential. That mirror is both painfully beautiful and powerfully terrifying, and most are not yet ready to face their own reflection. This brings us to the final phase, the full circle understanding of your divine evolution. What others interpret as intimidation is, in truth, the soul's primal recognition of divine authority. You have fully claimed your cosmic sovereignty, and their spirits can feel its power long before their conscious minds can comprehend it. They are not afraid of you. They are in awe of the divine force that is now expressing itself through you, without apology, without filter, and without restraint. You have become a clear, clean vessel for divine will, and that level of raw authenticity is blindingly bright to those who are still choosing to live in the shadows of illusion. The return attempts will become more frequent, but also more desperate. Old connections will suddenly reappear, feigning concern or friendship. These are not coincidences. They are coordinated, last-ditch attempts to re-enter your energy field and drain your power. But your armor now is not made of resentment, which can be melted by a few sweet words. It is forged from the unbreakable alloys of clarity and self-respect, and each test they throw at you only hardens it further. Every failed manipulation strengthens your immunity. Every maintained boundary deepens your inner peace. Every single decision you make to protect your sacred energy proves, beyond all doubt, that your evolution is real. The irony is divine. Their tests are now your training. The universe is using their desperation as your final exam, and you are passing with magnificent, flying colors. Then comes the 6th phase, prophetic sight. Your fearlessness has heightened your perception to a supernatural degree. You can sense energetic patterns before they physically unfold. You can read a person's true intentions before their words are spoken. You can predict manipulative behavior before it is even acted out. This is not magic. It is the natural byproduct of clarity born from freedom. When you finally step outside the matrix of manipulation, you can see the strings of the puppet show for what they are. The same tactics of guilt, shame, and fear that were once used against you personally are now painfully visible everywhere. In media, in government, in mainstream culture. Your immunity to personal manipulation has evolved into a complete immunity to collective programming. You have become unprogrammable, untamed, and utterly sovereign. This brings us to the seventh and most powerful phase, energetic mastery. You now understand, on a cellular level, that every single interaction is an exchange of energy, and you have learned to master your own contribution. You no longer hemorrhage your life force through over-explaining, over-giving, or overreacting. You have become an energetic fortress, a self-sustaining generator, radiating your own frequency regardless of the chaos or praise of the world around you. That is what makes you truly dangerous, because energy is the real currency of control. Those who once fed off your chaos, your tears, your empathy, and your reactions are now starving. They have lost their primary source of sustenance because you have shut down the restaurant for good. They now wander, hungry and confused, desperately searching for the energy you no longer provide. Here lies the revelation that connects everything. Your transformation was never random. Every betrayal, every manipulation, every single wound was an initiation into mastery. What once felt like unbearable pain was meticulous preparation. What once looked like devastating loss was divine liberation. You did not just survive their games. You transcended the entire game board. You became the evolution they never saw coming, the living embodiment of divine immunity in human form. You were handpicked by cosmic intelligence itself, chosen for this monumental upgrade because your soul carried the unique capacity to handle this incredible level of divine power. Not everyone who suffers becomes sovereign. Not everyone who endures manipulation develops immunity. You were selected because your spirit holds something vital, something essential for the collective awakening of this planet. Your fearlessness is meant to ignite courage in others. Your independence models what true freedom actually looks like. Your immunity teaches by powerful example that liberation is not only possible, it is contagious. Nothing about your evolution is accidental. The universe's selection of you was deliberate, purposeful, and written in the stars long before your first breath. The truth is, this entire process began before you even arrived on Earth. Your soul signed an agreement, an ancient contract of ascension. You knew that the challenges, betrayals, and heartbreaks you would face were not punishments, but sacred initiations. Every betrayal refined your discernment. Every manipulation strengthened your intuition. Every abandonment taught you radical self-reliance. The universe was never cruel. It was training you, shaping you, and polishing you into a perfect instrument of transformation. You are not a victim of your past. You are a graduate of a divine academy for the awakened. In this eighth phase, you have reached what I call the architect level of consciousness. You are no longer just reacting to reality. You are actively and consciously designing it. You create through your energy, your focus, your words, and your choices. Every boundary you set sends ripples of empowerment through the quantum field. Every act of radical self-love elevates the collective vibration. Every single moment you choose authenticity over approval rewrites the very blueprint of what is possible for others. You have become a reality architect, shaping timelines with your awareness alone. This is why your transformation now feels so effortless, so natural. Because it is not a performance, it is a remembrance. The fearlessness that others find so intimidating is not something new you acquired. It is your original, divine state. The independence that threatens them is your cosmic birthright. The immunity that frustrates them is your divine protection. You have not become someone different. You have simply stopped pretending to be someone you never were. But this level of creation comes with immense responsibility. Every thought and every decision now carries a creative power that reverberates across dimensions. When you maintain a boundary with an individual, someone halfway across the world might suddenly feel the courage to set their own. When you walk away from a toxic situation with grace, a stranger in another city may suddenly find the strength to do the same. You are part of a silent, powerful network. There are countless other chosen ones around the world going through this exact same metamorphosis right now, breaking free from manipulation and awakening to their divine independence. And this is only the beginning, because the next phase of your transformation is not mere resistance. It is total, effortless immunity. You are no longer just defending yourself from manipulation. You have become completely and utterly immune to it. Your energy field has evolved into a divine shield that does not weaken over time, but actually strengthens with every attempt made against it. You have stepped into the realm of spiritual mastery, where the old, petty tactics of the ego no longer apply. This is your ascension. This is your awakening. This is what makes you truly dangerous in the most divine and beautiful way possible. Every guilt trip that fails to land now strengthens your immunity to all guilt. Every attempt to shame you that falls flat builds your immunity to all shame. Every fear-based threat that dissolves into nothingness before it can reach you makes you immune to fear itself. You are becoming spiritually anti-fragile, growing stronger, brighter, and more powerful from the very things that were designed to destroy you. This new, unshakable resilience is triggering something primitive and terrified in those who once thought they controlled you. Imagine a snake charmer who suddenly realizes their serpent no longer dances to the familiar tune. The melody that once produced predictable, hypnotic obedience now meets only a calm, unwavering stillness. That is precisely what is happening every single time someone tries to use their old, worn-out methods on you. The emotional scripts they relied on for years have abruptly stopped working, and they are left scrambling without a manual, utterly unable to comprehend that you have evolved beyond their limited influence. Your transformation is creating an intense cognitive dissonance within them because their outdated perception of you cannot reconcile with the magnificent being you have now become. In their minds, you are still the person who craves their approval, needs their validation, or seeks their belonging. But the version of you that now stands before them operates from an entirely new, divine code. You have upgraded your internal software to a level they cannot hack. You speak a language of sovereignty that is beyond their comprehension. You play a game where you have rewritten all the rules, and they cannot win because they do not even understand the terrain anymore. This evolution leads us into what I call the mirror effect, the most devastating and powerful phase of your awakening for those around you. You have become a living, breathing reflection of what is possible when a soul courageously chooses growth over comfort. Every single day that you rise and thrive without their support exposes the myth that they were ever essential to your success. Every win you achieve without them reveals the hidden truth that they were the obstacle, not the foundation. Every moment of genuine, radiant happiness you experience in their absence proves that they were the storm, not the sunshine. Yet what truly unsettles them to their core is not your success itself. It is what your success reflects back at them. You are the mirror showing them the courage they refused to develop. While you were bravely facing your shadows, they were clinging desperately to their masks. While you risked everything for authenticity, they settled for the cheap prize of approval. While you walked through the fires of transformation, they stayed in the lukewarm comfort of stagnation. Your bravery exposes their complacency, and that truth burns their eyes like 1,000 suns. Then comes the final energetic shift. Your independence has transcended the emotional and mental realms and has now become purely energetic. You have mastered the art of generating your own inner states without needing any external validation or fuel. You create joy without their excitement. You cultivate peace without their approval. You build confidence without their reassurance. You have become a closed circuit, a self-sustaining sun of divine power. No one can siphon your energy anymore. No one can inject their chaos into your calm. This energetic sovereignty is what truly, deeply terrifies them, because it means you are no longer a source of emotional fuel for anyone. Your transformation from cooperative to uncontainable did not happen overnight, but there was a distinct moment when your courage finally outweighed their influence, and your independence eclipsed their dominance. According to deep psychological and spiritual research, only about 3% of humanity ever reaches the state you are now embodying, a rare, potent blend of profound spiritual awareness and unshakable personal sovereignty. Most people only achieve one or the other. The spiritually aware often remain timid people pleasers, fearful of conflict. The sovereign often lack the depth of consciousness or compassion. But you, chosen one, have integrated both. You have become what ancient mystics once described as a sovereign soul, a being whose presence alone destabilizes all false systems of power built on fear, dependency, and guilt. And like every sovereign soul who has come before you, your awakening triggers upheaval precisely because it exposes deception in its purest, most undeniable form. That's all for today. Dear Father, I pray for the continued growth of my faith and the faith of all who are listening. Help me, and help us, to trust you, even when physical evidence is lacking. Let us believe in your perpetual presence, knowing you will never harm us. I understand that your thoughts for me are thoughts of prosperity and not of harm, to give me a good future and an unwavering hope. Thank you, gracious and eternal Father, for always listening to my voice and the collective voice of your chosen ones. I offer up this prayer to you in the powerful and loving name of Jesus. Amen. Thank you, Jesus, for your boundless love and divine provision. I am eternally grateful for your presence in my life and the abundance you bring. If this video resonated with you on a soul level, please like this video, subscribe to the God Connection channel, and share it with those who need to hear this powerful message of awakening. Leave a comment below about your journey. How are you preparing for your own triumphant return to sovereignty? Your story empowers others. If you would like to support our work and help us continue creating this content, please consider contributing through Buy Me a Coffee. The link is in the description. No gift is too small. Whether it's a penny, a prayer, or a share, your generosity helps spread God's word and brings hope to others. Don't stop here. Watch our next video for more powerful revelations about the signs that reveal you are the chosen one. We have enjoyed following this sacred, spiritual journey with you. Thank you for staying with us until the very end. Keep shining brightly and embrace your divine destiny with courage. We will see you next time. Blessings to all the beautiful souls from God Connection.